Cuffs are off, man. Get right. Too many left in these leagues, but I ain't going.
Hey everybody, Adam Rank here.
What's up, everybody? It's Marcus Grant from NFL Network.
This is AJ Dillon of the Green Bay Packers.
I got to give a shout out to y'all at Get Right Fantasy.
If you are not subscribed, what are you waiting for? You want to lose your league?
Check out the Get Right Fantasy Network.
You got to get right with the Get Right Fantasy Network.
Best of luck with your podcast. Appreciate the support.
And you're tuned in to watch my boys at Get Right Fantasy Network. Get you right. Enjoy the show.
Marking nothing, but I tune every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves up. Yeah, don't roll your sleeves up. And I'm getting down, cause I roll my sleeves up. And I'm getting right, cause I roll my sleeves.
What up? What up? What up, world? Welcome back to the Get Right Fantasy Network Sunday morning show with me, Classic Mike. It's Sunday, November 5th, week 9 of the NFL season. Excited to get through all the things that have happened since our Friday show. Today, we'll be going over week 9 start-sit questions throughout the show, so throw them in the live chat as we go. I will give you all some updates from the game in Germany between the Chiefs and the Dolphins. I will also go over actives and inactives at 11:30. And I'll give you guys some DFS value picks for those interested in DFS as well. So keep those questions coming throughout the show, and I will get to them as we go. Chiefs, Dolphins, right now, Chiefs are up 21-0. The game has been kind of quiet. It's been a good defensive battle throughout. Not a lot of big splash plays like usual, but honestly, there was one big defensive play, Tyreek Hill. It was questionable. I don't think he had a full control of the ball, but they ruled it a fumble, and they recovered it, but did a back lateral to one of the safeties, and he ran that thing right in. So it was a pretty exciting defensive play. That's one of the touchdowns that was there. So I'll keep an eye out on everything right now. It's 8 seconds left in the second quarter. That it's actually normally this is at halftime when I'm popping on, but there's been a lot of throwing the ball, not really any running the ball. Both teams are throwing it excessively. Mostert has been having a really rough day. Pachenko has been having an underwhelming day as well. Even Travis Kelce, for the most part, he's not doing what he normally does. So Rashid Rice got a touchdown in it. Jerick McKinnon got a touchdown so far. So those are the big deals for this particular game. Nothing crazy going on. For those that are new to the show, make sure you guys check out right below me. I have the ticker going on what days we have our show. We'll be back on Monday night for overreactions and waiver wire targets. Wednesday evening as well with roster and management. Buy, sell, trade targets. And then Friday's show, I will be back here, game by game, start, sit, live Q&A show. We will get through all those start, sit questions for week 10, starting that Friday. And then I'm back here every Sunday morning to help you with your actives and inactives prior to game time. Keep an eye out for the 1,000 subscriber giveaway video that we are going to be doing shortly. Don't worry, we didn't forget about it, but we're going to be giving away this 1,000 subscriber giveaway ring from no other place than TrophySmack.com. Make sure you guys check out TrophySmack.com and check out their, if you want things like this particular ring, you can customize it any way you want. You can get this belt that they have, a trophy. They got the chain as well. So make sure you guys check them out. Take your league to the next level. There's a link in the description to check out all their fun products, not just for fantasy football. They have it for everything. So check it out right there at TrophySmack.com. Use the promo code GetRight. And when they do, you're going to be supporting the channel. And we greatly appreciate that. We got Neanderthal awake this morning at 8 o'clock this morning. Out on the West Coast. What's going on, Neanderthal? Hope all is well. Perry Williams in the house as well. What up? How you guys doing this morning? So we already, the cool part about this week is we kind of already have an idea of what players are out. A lot of teams have been really cool with telling us who's going to be in, who's going to be out. And, instead of listing them as questionable, and we have no idea. So we already know Dameon Pierce, he will be out today. Robert Woods also will be out. Bevan Jordan for the Texans will be out as well. Logan Hall, Curtis Samuel will be out today. Devontae Parker, Drake London will both be out today. Laviska Shenault will be out. Jawan Berkser and Tremaine Edmonds for the Chicago Bears. That's the middle part of their defense. That's going to be huge. They're already a bad defense. It's not going to help them anymore that they're losing two of their best defensive players. Let me see. DiMatteo is going to be out today. Or I butcher his name. DiMatteo. There we go. DiMatteo from the Arizona Cardinals. He will be out today. It will be Keaton Ingram. He will be the one starting today. Graham Gano, Tyrod Taylor, and Darren Waller have all been put on IR for the Giants. They will not be playing today. Daniel Jones will be starting today. Daniel Bellinger will get the start for tight end. And I think I forgot who they brought up. It's either Caden York or Randy Bullock, one of the two. I don't know who won the job. I haven't really looked. Boston Scott will be out today as well. Not really a huge deal, but something to know. Joshua Palmer for the Chargers will be out for the Monday night game. He is listed as out. So just be aware, get him out of your lineup. He will not be playing on Monday night. Rams promoted Dresser Wynn from their practice squad. Have no idea who he is. Right now, it's to provide depth for Matthew Stafford being listed. But all the reports that I keep reading, Brett Ripken should be the starting quarterback and is expected to get the start today. So I would not expect Matthew Stafford in. I would just pull him out of your lineup. I wouldn't have had him in either way this week. Some fun news of a former, hasn't played in a while, Martavius Bryant. He's been reinstated by the league and is getting interest from some teams around the league, so keep an eye on that. Clayton Tune will get his first start for the Arizona Cardinals today. It does not look like Kyle Murray will be activated for this game. He is listed as questionable, but they have not listed him as active yet. So he is not going to play today. Josh Downs for the Indianapolis Colts. He is listed as questionable for Sunday due to a knee injury. He is tracking to play versus the Panthers. He still wants to test it out pregame. He's not 100%, but wants and intends to play. What up, Rasta? Daylight savings time. Nice. I was going to say, we gained an extra hour of sleep. So I guess my West Coast buddies are all up now, which is good. Glad to see it. It's rare, but glad to see it. We got also DJ Chark. He is listed as questionable. He is going to be a true game time decision. We'll have to wait a little bit closer to game time. They do play at, if memory serves me right, they play at 1 o'clock, right? Yeah. Oh, no, they play at 4 o'clock. So make sure you guys have a backup if you are relying on DJ Chark. Hopefully you're not in that particular position, but you never know. Rams, Puka Nacua, he's listed as questionable with a knee injury. He is expected to play today, so load him up if you have him. That's all the news and notes that I have so far. There isn't anything really crazy going on in the NFL that is really worth discussing. All the news has really been about, the injuries that are out here. We already know about the two that I mentioned, DJ Chark as well. Alan Lazard, no one cares about. Michael Wilson, he's not expected to play today. Yeah, those are really it. There's not a lot of news on that front. Joe Mixon's listed as questionable, but all week he's been good to go. Kendrick Miller, he probably will not be playing today from a knee injury. Corbin for the Giants, no one cares. He's like their fifth backup. For QBs, like I said, it looks like, they listed Kyler Murray is out. It looks like Matthew Stafford most likely will be out as well. Even if that's the case, I'm very low on the rookies that are replacing. Jaron Hall, Tyson Bagent, Clayton Tune, Brett Ripken. Those three guys are currently the rookies that I'm mentioning here. They play the defense that's facing them. Best I could tell you. Tyler Bagent didn't look horrible, especially considering where he came from. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to trust it unless I have no other options. I know this isn't a crazy bye week. There's only 4, but come week 13, we have 5 on a bye. So just keep an eye out for that. Which is kind of weird. Why would you go? And the thing I don't get with the NFL schedule, they have it where right now they have week 8 and week 12 as no bye week. Don't understand it. Never understood it. Crazy. Anyway, won't go into that whole conversation. While we're waiting for news, notes, and your questions, make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy. They are giving away, for those who are new and subscribing and registering now, they are doing a Lamar Jackson 0.5 any yards. So make sure you guys check out that as well. Make sure you guys register using the promo code GETRIGHT. And when you do, they will match your first deposit. So up to $100. So make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy. If you need to know where they are, here's a good little map for you so you can check it out. But make sure you guys use the promo code GETRIGHT and they will help you out at checkout. They unfortunately took it away from New York. I just tried the other day, and New York is no longer able to do pick'em. So that's sad. Hopefully they can figure that out. But it is what it is. Thankfully, there's still other things that I can use. No West Coast here, Ohio. Nice. East Coast. Another East Coast guy here. I love it, Perry. Always liked having my East Coast people around here. Don't get it enough. But I always love my West Coast peeps. Glad to have everybody around. I hope everyone's having a wonderful Sunday morning. It's a beautiful day out here on the East Coast. We have nice little chill in the air. It's nice. It's going to be in the mid 60s, and it's, nice day. Was out all day yesterday, raking leaves, blowing and raking leaves. My wife helped out. She's wonderful with that, and love her for it. So shout out to the babe. But yeah, today has been going good. Just waiting for this game to get back up and started. It should be starting probably within the next 5 to 10 minutes. They just went into halftime as the show started. So I will give you updates as that game goes on. Like I said, it's been kind of it's been a slow game, to say the least. It's just nothing crazy has really been going on in that particular game. Right now for the stats, I mean, Tua is 11 for 18 for 89 yards. They're keeping a tight lid on Tyreek Hill, basically two over the top for him every time. So right now, Tyreek Hill is also having a little bit of a rough day for him. 6 targets, 5 receptions for 39 yards. Jalen Waddle is 3 for 2 for 29 yards so far. And he is, he has 1 run for 12 yards. He got hurt in the he got hurt on the second play of the game. And then he came back in a little while later. So Smokey the Cat, what's going on? He goes, what's up, man? Hoping for a good Sunday. Me too. Believe me. Any parlay for anytime touchdowns? Alvin Kamara, just anytime touchdown. Either Alvin Kamara, Taysom Hill. I'd put any one of those guys as an anytime touchdown, just because they're facing the Bears. It looks like a horrible, the defense is all beat up. Tremaine Edmonds, Juwan Berkshire, they're all out. So I have a sneaky suspicion that it could be, we could get that for Alvin Kamara. I have Alvin Kamara in a few DFS lineups just because of the amazing matchup. Two other guys, Josh Jacobs, possibly Saquon Barkley is another guy too. Both defenses are really bad against the run. Who else? Jonathan Taylor against Carolina. That's not a bad one that I like. So those are a few that I could give you. I have a few parlays that are out that I have set up right now. Nothing crazy. A lot of low-end receptions and stuff like that for guys that I think that will do well. I've been debating doing I think for AJ Brown. I think right now it's 84 yards over under. I've been debating hitting the over just because he's been 125 and a touchdown every week, so or more. So right now it's kind of interesting to see and trying to work its way out. I have friends that are way better at picking parlays and stuff like that, but if it's an anytime touchdown you're looking for, Alvin Kamara is probably your best bet. Tyreek or Taysom Hill is another guy, like I said, for that game. So they could just run up the score. That game looks like it's going to be out of control, even though it's a low over under. Looks like Matthew Stafford will be inactive today. Brett Ripken will get the start. This coming from their beat reporter, Jordan Rodriguez. She's very good at telling you what's going on for the Rams. So Brett Ripken will get his start. You heard it here first. So Kamara, JT, Jacobs, Saquon, Eckler. I'm a little bit less on now. Not saying that he can't. I can see him getting a touchdown. He's been he does have a nose for the end zone. Jets are actually better than you think on their offensive line, their defensive line versus someone like the Chargers. So just be wary of it. Not saying that he can't. It's just it's more risky. The other ones I know for a fact. So, just because those are games that are less risk, if you want to put it that way. So Miami and Kansas City has started back up. It is the Dolphins' ball. They are now going down the field. Nothing crazy. They haven't really run the ball a ton. Mostert has 4. Ahmed has 2. Waddle has 1. So they really haven't ran the ball a ton. Tua threw it 18 times. So I think today's theme is throw the ball. Big run for Mostert. Nice. Good run for Mostert. Had about 12 yards off that carry. So good for him. This, like I said, and of course there's a flag on a good run. And there's probably going to be holding. Yeah. Holding on the offense, unfortunately. It's probably Chase Claypool again. Chase Claypool looks like garbage. Just doesn't want to block, doesn't want to do anything. Just out there. That is a hole. Yeah. Patrick Lario in the house. What's going on, man? He goes, yo, Big Blue down. Yeah. Hey, they have a better record than my fantasy team. Oh, no. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. Well, we'll see what they do today. Today's, at least they get an opponent that's a little banged up too with, their coaching staff and changes and all that stuff. Usually most of the time, change is good for a lot of situations. And, you can see an uptick. They are home, which is a good help for them as well. So at least that game, it's going to be different. At least Daniel Jones is there. We're not playing Tommy DeVito, which, if it was Tommy DeVito, I'd already just hang up, I'd put a big white flag out and be like, nope, we're done. Because I don't think I would watch the game because I'm not watching Tony DeVito. he is, or Tommy DeVito, whatever his name is. I just nope. I don't think I could do it. So Patrick goes, I'm in pure desperation mode. I was a soldier. I'm fighting till the end. Good for you, as you should. No one should. I have a guy in my league right now he's 1-7, and he's trying to. I was talking to him the other day, and everyone kept at. So they kept going. So are you ready to give up? He's like, hell no. And I'm like, good for you. And the reason is, and this is why I always make these for my leagues. We have right now we have a last place punishment. So if you hit last place, you owe the third place. You basically pay for third's cover next year. So that means for us, our buy-in is going to be we go in $50 increments every 2 years, and right now we're at 300. So next year is 300, which means he would owe 600 for buy-in next year. So he doesn't want to be in that spot. He's trying to fight his way out. He's two games behind the next person, which unfortunately is my brother and myself. So he's in a tough spot. Hopefully he can get out of it. What up, Hits? He goes Green Bay Packers DST or the Chargers DST. Honestly, I think you can't go wrong with both. But Brett, I rather take Green Bay just because Brett Ripken is a lot worse, which is saying a lot, than Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson has shown that he can play and can do well. He does have better targets and so on and so forth. I know Cooper Kupp is there and Puka Nacua and all that stuff. But end of the day, I have a better feeling about that scenario than I do, Zach Wilson versus Chargers. Chargers are a decent defense. They have a good pass rush. So I don't think you can go wrong. I think you have the best of a good situation. So I'm leaning Green Bay, but you can't go wrong with the Chargers. So Hits goes with another question. He goes, flex play, PPR, Downs, Puka, Demario Douglas, or Tank. So I'm going to lean Tank today. Josh Downs is currently dealing with a knee injury. He's listed as questionable. He's more of a game time decision from what I keep hearing. He is expected to play based on what I keep reading from reports. They said he's tracking to play versus the Panthers. Panthers are a better pass defense than they are a run defense. Puka is currently hurt with a knee injury, but he gets Brett Ripken. You can read that any way you want. Pop Douglas, I don't get the appeal. Tank has more upside, in my opinion, with Stroud at quarterback than Mac Jones. They're also going against Washington. I get the whole thing. I know Puka is like the one person I want to go. Wait. Oh, it's Riplin. Oh, my bad. Dude, you know how much I suck. You know how much I suck at names. So if your last name isn't Smith, I'm pretty much butchering your name. I barely get Tua Tagovailoa out of my mouth. So, but yeah, I know how high people are on Puka. It's hard for me to play a guy like him with a quarterback like that. If Stafford was in, this would be a completely different conversation. Josh Downs being hurt, I'm a little bit I'm a little bit lower on him. I understand he's been doing well lately, but I think Tank Dell has the best bet for you. He has the higher upside, higher ceiling than a lot of these guys. Pop Douglas is more of a I guess a PPR play if you want. I feel a little bit more comfortable with Tank Dell than I do with Douglas. To be fair, I don't really know a ton about him in any shape, way, or form. He hasn't really done anything crazy, and I don't honestly want to be attached to. I don't personally want to be attached to the Patriots defense, or sorry, Patriots offense. They don't do anything that's really, staggering. Like they don't make me. They don't show me anything, and honestly, his numbers aren't that great. Like he has 4 for 54, 5 for 25, 7 targets, 6 targets. Not what I'm looking for. Patrick goes Dalton Schultz or Njoku. I'm gonna go Njoku. I do like both today. I do have both, and I am playing both today in different leagues because I needed to replace Laporta. Sad day for me because I love playing Laporta. So I'm going to go Njoku here. Little nervous, but I'm going to go Njoku. Schultz, they're both kind of middling, tight end, bottom of the tight end 1 spectrum. So I'm going to go Njoku. Just has higher upside and more touchdown potential. I think he scored 2 out of the last 3. So I'm going to go with that too. Oh, yeah. Pat Mahomes not looking like himself. He doesn't look right. And he's got this weird thing on his left hand too. I don't know what's going on with him right now. But he just doesn't look the same. Doesn't look like he did last year. Definitely a downgrade, from what he was a season ago. He's still an elite quarterback, but he is not himself. He just doesn't look like himself. Doesn't look like what we've seen in the last few weeks. They are keeping Kelsey covered. Oop, false. No, they're not going to give him out. Maybe they will. Holding. Yeah, it's probably holding. One of them tripped up. Chiefs have the ball, third quarter, 11 minutes roughly left. Holding offense, yeah. They're coming back down the field after the Miami offense got held up. So now they're just coming down the field. Nothing crazy. So Patrick goes pick 2. Michael Thomas, Deontay Foreman, Tank Dell, or KJ Osborne. Okay. Pick 2. Full PPR, I'm assuming. If it's full PPR, see, it's hard for me to pick Osborne, hard for me to pick Deontay, just because this is going to be a rough day. Just because Saints are actually a pretty decent defense, and he's losing touches to Roschon Johnson. I might lean Michael Thomas, but that's a very hard decision. They are favored by like 8.5. And since they're favored by 8.5, it makes things a little bit more complicated because it would be going against game script just because they're probably going to be ahead. Tank Dell is definite. I was talking about him before. I think Tank Dell, you can probably load up. He has the highest ceiling out of this group. Osborne, I don't trust with Hall. Foreman, I just don't trust. So then, yeah, I would have to go with Thomas. So it would be Thomas and Tank Dell here. And I don't like Thomas. I just don't like him as a choice. Just got news that GM Ryan Poles said today that there's a good possibility that Justin Fields could play Thursday night against the Panthers off the short week. So it looks like he could have maybe played today. I guess he might have looked okay. They're just trying to hold him back a little bit, which is fine. But it looks like he will be playing hopefully on Thursday night. Otherwise, we'll make that Thursday night game miserable. 2 of the worst teams in the league facing off on a Thursday night. I bet Amazon wanted to go, can we flex this? Guess not. It's a shame, though. You should be able to flex a game like that. That game is just so bad in so many ways. But you get a brand new rookie coming out. You get Justin Fields on the field. Then it changes things a little bit, but just not worth it. It's going to be a rough game to watch with those defenses. So we're getting close to 11:30. We should know about a lot of the guys that we've been, keeping track of. We already know about Matthew Stafford. He will be inactive today, so take him out of your lineup. Brett Ripken or Riplin, sorry, Riplin should be playing today, or no, Ripien. I don't care. Smokey the Cat goes Vegas or the Chargers. God, hate when you guys pick against my Giants. For me, it's probably going to be the Raiders. I just right now, Andrew Thomas and Evan Neal, they're both hurt. They're both questionable. Both coming in, maybe playing today. Even if they do, going against Max Crosby is just the defense isn't that great, but at the end of the day, Giants don't put up a ton of points on offense, so I prefer that. So I'm playing Vegas in a bunch of leagues, which in basically I would say at this point that probably means pick the Chargers just based on how my life goes. But no, I'm playing Vegas at this point. Looks like Michael Wilson will be out today for the Cardinals. Curtis Samuel, we already knew about. No one of merit that we care about on this show. Keith Kirkwood for the Saints is out today. Jimmy Graham will be out. Kyle Phillips will be out as well. Looks like Kendrick Miller will play today. He is dealing with sickness, though, so just be mindful of that. No one else really that we don't already know. We already know about Dameon Pierce. We know about Belvin Jordan. Robert Woods we already know about. Yeah, nothing crazy here, which is good. Glad to have all these people active. Glad to have all these guys available because we want some good football today. Looks like the Chiefs or the Dolphins got the ball back. Jeff Wilson with a good catch and run. Really taken away from Mostert today. Mostert has been falling down a little bit and should fall down a little bit in your particular rankings. I'm going to probably have to start not playing him anymore. It's hard not to in this particular offense, but it is what it is. Devontae Parker, we already knew about. Nothing crazy there. Boutte is out as well. You're not playing any of those guys. So that's good. We have a lot of guys that are currently we already know about and are, everybody's happy. So I don't see anybody that we were unsure about. Unfortunately, we won't know about Josh Downs until later. Just because he's at the 4 o'clock window. I think there's more question marks for the games at 4 and over. But for right now, for these 1 o'clock games, it looks like that's about it. So that's good. I'll check back in, but we'll see. Smokey goes, wow, Kelsey, 2 receptions for 7 yards. Yeah, man, that's what I was talking. I mean, they were definitely blanking him with 2-man coverages. They're trying to get him open a little bit more. They're trying to get him more involved if they can in just trick plays and stuff like that. They're definitely trying to get him involved. Unfortunately, Dolphins are just wrapping him up on their defense. So it's been a day, man. It's this game has been entertaining. It's the over-under was 50. It could have went either way for this particular game. But right now, Dolphins are moving down the field. They're using Jeff Wilson, not Raheem Mostert. So keep that in mind. Tyreek Hill has been kind of shut down for the most part. He doesn't look like himself either. I mean, hopefully that's not a wrist injury. He doesn't really look like himself, but no one for the Falcons that we know about other than Drake London. We already knew about that. We already knew about Grady Jarrett as well. Be mindful of that using the Falcons defense. I'm using them in one league, but I still think they could have a decent day. still opens things up for guys like Alexander Madison and stuff like that. So, treat this going in practice. He's inactive. Yes, Jaron Hall will get the start today, which we kind of already knew. Alrighty. All right, cool. So I'm going to move on to some DFS value picks. Let me bring them up here. We got the QBs to start off with. Not a lot of value this week just because there are those rookies. I don't trust them, so I might pay up for a quarterback this week just because of the fact that I don't really want to be tied to any of those rookies or anything like that, or first-time starters. Jalen Hurts, 9,000. It's a little expensive. Guys like Lamar and Dak are a little bit lower, but nothing crazy. Some guys right in the middle that you could probably, be okay with and not stress too much about. Damn you, Derwin Smythe. Of course, I drop you in Scotty Fishbowl and you do well. Derek Carr at $7,100 going against the Bears today. I think that's a really good price range for you to look at. CJ Stroud is another guy at $7,000 going against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Ooh, left Jalen Waddle wide open. Baker Mayfield is another guy. He's listed at $6,800 going against Houston. That's another matchup that they can exploit. Deshaun Watson right here at going against Arizona at $7,000. That should be a decent. That's a decent value for him, even though he's hurt. That's going to be the issue. So tread lightly when it comes to Deshaun Watson. Just not. I don't feel comfortable with him unless you absolutely have to. But his price point is actually good. The other guys that I was talking about before, Tyson Bagent. I mean, if you really want to get into it, I'd probably say Gardner Minshew might be the better bet at $6,500. Jaron Hall is $6,300. Whatever his freaking name is, $6,300. Aiden O'Connell, $6,200. So if you really want to go down that road, go ahead. But I don't suggest it. That's just my opinion. We have more running back and wide receiver values this week. You can pay up for Alvin Kamara. I have in a few leagues. Saquon Barkley, 8,600. Jonathan Taylor at 8,000. Kenneth Walker is actually a steal at $7,600, just based on the way he's been playing lately. Josh Jacobs as well at 7,500. But we're going to go down a little bit farther down this list. We're going to go Rachaad White at $6,900. Not a bad price point for him. Randy Moss for the versus the Carolina Panthers. Believe it or not, I didn't know this until like this afternoon. He's RB4 on the year. He's RB4 overall on the year and missed one game. Absolutely amazing. He has beaten his projection 5 out of 7 times. And his projections are usually anywhere between 7 and 9 points. So he has been really good lately. Looks like Puka Nacua is active. That's one guy that they didn't mention until now, but he is active. Oh, what a catch. Wow. Great catch by Cedric Wilson. Just threw that thing up for a prayer. Nice touchdown. Good stuff. So Robert Havenstein is inactive. So for the question that we had before that you were wondering about the Chargers or Green Bay, load up Green Bay. Havenstein is their best right tackle. He is definitely Green Bay is good. I would definitely say if you're choosing between Vegas and Chargers or Green Bay and Vegas, I would definitely go Vegas. Can't go wrong going against my Giants. So some more running back values. Another guy that basically these are all guys that I have question marks for myself. Chuba Hubbard getting the start today, $6,500 going against Indianapolis. Believe it or not, they have let up more points than I can even count. To be fair, Indianapolis is only 17th against the running back. letting up only 17.5 points per game. I thought I thought after looking at their numbers, they should be a lot lower. So Chuba Hubbard in today at that price point. Ramondre Stevenson, strangely enough, is in a good spot today. He is $6,200 going against the Washington Commanders. Remember, they just got rid of Montez Sweat and Chase Young. So they have two of their guys that are currently out. That's kind of a big deal. So keep an eye out for that. $6,200 is a good price point for him. Darrell Henderson going against Green Bay. Maybe they lean on Henderson a little bit more just because they don't want to have – I don't think they really want Brett throwing the ball a ton. $6,100 going against a really rough Packers run defense. They do have a better pass defense. So just something to keep an eye on. If you really want to spend down, the only reason why I'm mentioning him is because he should be getting the bulk of the carries. But remember, he's going against Cleveland, who is probably one of the best defenses in the league and top against the running back. He is $5,000, and that's the only reason why I'm mentioning him in any shape, way, or form. So if you wanted to spend up on a lot of other players and then spend down, he's one person that where is he? He is one person that I would spend down on just because at least he'll get enough volume that it probably won't matter too much. So moving right along, we're going to go over to the wide receiver value picks. You can go with guys like A.J. Brown or CeeDee Lamb, both in really good matchups today for themselves. A.J. Brown has just been on fire. I would probably avoid guys like Cooper Kupp just because of the QB. Devontae Adams is the one guy I would be okay with. He's done well with O'Connell in the past, so at least he can, he has a good rapport. But if you want to spend down, believe it or not, a lot of guys down here are at a good price point. You can go with Devontae Smith if you want, even though he's been underwhelming lately. Maybe he can blow up today. Chris Olave, because maybe they're going to be focused a little more on A.J. Brown, so maybe you want to go with that. Chris Olave, $6,900 for him going against the Bears is just it's a steal. $6,900. Chris Olave, he's one of the most heavily targeted guys on the field. Definitely worth investing in. Amari Cooper is another guy, $6,800 going against Arizona. Why not? Nico Collins going against the Buccaneers at $6,800 as well. These are two really good matchups to pick from and two really good price points for each. So I do like those as options. Some other guys that you can pay for is Zay Flowers going against Seattle, $6,100. Absolutely insane for him. Seattle can be beat through the air. So Zay Flowers is somebody that I would, think about putting in if you're looking for a lower price point. Tank Dell is another guy at $5,800. I mentioned him a few times today. He's going against Tampa Bay, who is good at letting up against the pass. So $5,800 is a good price point if you don't want to spend up on Nico Collins. This is probably one of my biggest buys today is Matt Collins, $5,600 going against Minnesota, who is really rough against. They're just they're just bad against the pass. Honestly, Matt Collins is going to take the number 2 role, I think, my opinion, away from guys like Van Jefferson. Even though they traded for Van Jefferson, Matt Collins has been here longer and has a rapport with Taylor Heineke. So for me, I feel like Matt Collins is definitely a good play today. I'm looking forward to seeing how he does. Even though this offense is not really a pass-happy offense, he will be involved. They got to throw it to somebody. I'll also bring up another person that I think will do well today as well for the Atlanta Falcons. Another guy on this list as well is – where is he? Is he that low? Well, you could go with Jake Boo-Boo. This guy has been on fire lately. Secretly has just been really good these last few weeks. There he is. Brandon Cooks going against the Philadelphia Eagles. Honestly, Cooks and Michael Gallup are both at good price points if you want to take advantage of that. Wan'Dale Robinson at $5,300 as well. With Darren Waller out, I see Wan'Dale Robinson being a lot more involved. Hopefully, because they're going to have to get him into space, and you got to throw it to somebody. So they got to get it involved. Michael Gallup, $5,300 against Philly, who's been getting, you see that number right there, 32nd against the pass, even though they're one of the best teams against the run. So keep an eye out for that. Elijah Moore at $5,500, just passed him a minute ago, going against Arizona. If you want to pay down for a Cleveland receiver, he is somebody they just let go of Donovan Peoples-Jones. So he's definitely somebody that you can invest in. You could go for Van Jefferson. Like I said, I think he'll be lower on the price. If you want to spend lower on that price, they're definitely going to. I'm surprised they haven't started fighting yet. Oh, that was a late hit on Mahomes. Mahomes ran out to the border and got just leveled by Jalen Phillips. He put a shoulder right into him. Did they flag him for it? It looks like they have a flag out. I don't know if it's for that, though. Oh, that was a freaking hit. Oh, it's holding on the offense. Okay. Wow. He got hit hard. Oh, I thought it was Jalen Phillips. It was Van Winkle. Man. He hit him hard, too. Oh, Phillips went low while he went high. Yeah. Damn. Thought it would be for that. All righty. Let's move on to some tight end picks we have that are some value. Like I said, Mark Andrews is at the top. Hawk is there as well. Taysom Hill is actually there at $6,500. Not going to lie, Taysom Hill is not a horrible option today. He does both tight end and QB. Throwing him in can be a sneaky little play if you're willing to. I'm doing it in a couple leagues just because I believe he could, have a day today. But if we're going to spend down a little bit, Logan Thomas, $5,600 going against New England today. Not a bad price for him. I can't believe I'm saying this. Kyle Pitts at $5,200 against the Vikings. A good pick. Only reason why I say that, you got to throw it to somebody. I hope they get Kyle Pitts more involved just because why not? He's just a big receiver. Give him a little bit more run on the outside, hopefully, and take advantage of the weak pass defense for the Minnesota Vikings. Yes, they had, Bynum has been doing real well as a safety. Harrison Smith is probably one of the top all-pro safeties as well. But you gotta do something to, get the ball down the field. You can't run it. Fumble. Oh, fumble Dolphins. Dolphins got it. Dolphins got the fumble. Oh, Lord. All right, coming back. Third quarter. 2 minutes and 12 seconds. Dolphins get it on their 30 or on the Chiefs 30. So, that was a big, big loss. Anyway, back to Kyle Pitts. Kyle Pitts is a good option, $5,200. His teammate, Jonnu, is at $5,000. One of these two guys I think can do really well today just because, like I said, they got to throw it to somebody. And Jonnu's been a little bit more involved. Kyle Pitts slowly getting more involved. But like I said, you can go with either one of these guys. I think you're going to do just fine. Jake Ferguson is my tight end matchup that I like the most. His price point and everything is perfect. $5,100 going against the Philly defense, who has been having a rough time against the tight end. And he just gets peppered with targets. He's somebody that I like a lot. Caden Otten is another guy going against Houston, $4,900 if you want to spend down a little bit more. And Juwan Johnson, like I said, it's just more taking advantage of this particular Bears matchup, and you get him for $4,500. That's a steal in my opinion. But like I said, you got to pay up. for Taysom Hill if that's the case. If you really want the true tight end in this particular offense. All right, moving right along to the defense. Now, defensive special teams, we've been talking about this all day. You can pay up for guys like Atlanta or the Raiders. These are two decent matchups going against those particular weak QBs and offensive lines. But if you want to spend down a little bit, some guys that you can go for. The Giants on the other side of the ball. Giants have actually been doing fairly well the last few weeks. They are somebody against the Raiders with Aiden O'Connell. Might be a decent play overall. I think maybe that's they have Thibodeau has been coming into his own. I know they lost Leonard Williams, but that just means they can build up from there. But I do think they have the ability to play well. They actually do well shutting down number one wide receivers as well. So just be aware of that with Adams. But they're going to be moving him around the field a lot just to keep him away from Deontay Banks. Banks has actually been playing well this season. Green Bay Packers, another team, like I said before, $3,900 going against the Rams. They're going against a basically second, third string guy. Tua, can't miss that pass, bro. Yeah, you had him wide open. It is what it is. Green Bay, another option. The Colts right below them going against Carolina. $3,900. If you want to exploit that Carolina offense, go for it. I think that's a good matchup for you right there. Trying to think if there's anyone else below here. Not really. I don't see anyone really giving anybody a problem. So Dr. Clutch winning the house going, yo, let's get some fantasy wins today. Yes, let's go get some fantasy wins. I'm excited. Hopefully everybody gets a win today. That's my hope. Unless you're facing me. I'm really excited about my matchups this week. Need to do better in my need to do a little bit better in my particular listener league. I am in last place and 1-7. So got to get out of that. Hopefully I can do better today. Unfortunately, I've just been having some really, really bad luck lately. Just can't get myself out of it. But it is what it is. Can't really, this is fantasy football. Things happen all the time. You could draft a good team, think it's good, and then all of a sudden it shits the bed when you lose Nick Chubb. And that's what happened. So make sure you guys throw your questions in the chat, and I will try to get to them as soon as possible. If I don't see too much more activity, I might wrap this thing up around 12 o'clock. So make sure you guys throw your questions in ASAP so I can get to them. I know viewership is a little bit down today just because of the concept that there's a game on. That's normal. I'm aware of it. It's cool. I just want to help you guys out for whoever's here, whoever's taking a few minutes out of their day to listen. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. We do appreciate everybody and what they do. We appreciate everybody getting us up to 1,000 subscribers. So thank you so much for all those that got us to 1,000 subscribers. We really appreciate it. We're going to be giving away this 1,000 subscriber giveaway when we do it. We're going to be giving away this ring from TrophySmack.com. Make sure you guys check out TrophySmack.com if you haven't already. They also have belts that you can customize for your own league, customize their trophies or chain. They have all different types of stuff. So check out TrophySmack.com. Use promo code GetRight, and they will help you at checkout. Oh, why is this a question, Dr. Clutch? Why? This should be an easy one. Addison, I can't play today. I just don't trust it with Jaron Hall. See, I can't even say names. Josh Downs is hurt, and T. Higgins has Joe Burrow. I'm going with T. Higgins. I think he wants to do better after last time they faced each other. And on top of that, he is the better receiver out of all of those. He has the better quarterback out of all of those. Go with T. Higgins. I feel a lot more comfortable with Higgins. In some situations, it's just better to play your studs. He is a stud. I know he's been having a couple of down weeks, but oh, come on. Oh, looks like Dolphin. Ooh, flag. We'll see what happens, but most likely they will be going for the field goal unless this is off or defensive holding. Let's see. Or late hit. Personal foul, roughing the passer. Oh, wow. So Clutch says, only reason why I'm asking is I know Downs is hurt, but it's hard to turn away from him after these past few weeks. Of course, he's playing hurt. It's a game time decision. It's a 4:00 game. You do have the ability to wait, which is good. You don't have to play Addison. Oh, Jones just being an idiot. You don't have to play Addison. I don't feel comfortable with that. To me, it's between Josh Downs and Higgins. If I had to pick, for me, it's Higgins. I trust his ability a little bit more than Josh Downs. I understand his situation with Gardner Minshew, and they've been playing well. But actually, if you look on the other side of it, it looks like Michael Pittman's doing pretty well too. So I would just keep your eye on that as well. Higgins, I still like this week. I know I mentioned in my Raheem Mostert with the touchdown. There you go, Mostert. Thank you for scoring and making it so that I can sleep in my bed tonight. My wife would have been upset if Mostert didn't score, and I would have slept on the couch, unfortunately. So back to this. I did mention on the Friday show that Higgins has been losing a little more snaps to Tyler Boyd. Tyler Boyd has actually seen the same amount of snaps as Jamar Chase, which means they're putting him in on 3 wide receiver sets a little bit more. Thank God I needed that Mostert touchdown. Yeah. So did I, my friend. So did I. I want to sleep in my comfy bed, not on my couch. But like I said, right now, Higgins, I just feel like they're just, he's been coming back from cracked ribs. And on top of that, they're slowly easing him back into the offense. So I see him having a good day today going against Buffalo, who's been banged up on their D-backs. So I really do think they can do well tonight. So T. Higgins, I don't think if I was in your situation, I'd be struggling with it. It would be T. Higgins without a doubt. So good luck in your matchup. Hopefully it all goes well for both guys. Well, whoever you play, hopefully, like I said, I'm going with Higgins in that scenario. All righty. So it looks like it is 22 seconds in the left in the third quarter. Kansas City and Miami Kansas City is up 21-14. And looks like Kansas City's getting the ball back with 22 seconds left. We'll have to wait and see how that turns out. How do you feel about Trey McBride today? Honestly, Trey McBride has been playing very well lately. With the downgrade with Clayton Tune, I'm a little bit nervous, but I'd still be willing to play him just because, Trey McBride is the only tight end available. They do throw. They're going to be in negative game script. So I do not mind him at all. He's probably, I'd say, where do I have him in rankings? I might even have him too low in rankings. I'm at tight end 10. So, he's right at the bottom of the tight end group. So I don't mind that at all. I think he can do well. He's been doing real well lately. 10 receptions last week. I know that, I'm not trying to chase points. And I know the Cleveland matchup is tough, but at the end of the day, they're going to be in negative game script. They're going to have to throw the ball. So Trey McBride is definitely, I think he could be a good addition or a good play today in some situations. If he was available in my one league that I needed a tight end in, I would have been playing him. But unfortunately he was taken prior. So yeah, Laporta on a bye. That's that's me in every league. This week is this week is a tough week for me because I have Laporta in 7 leagues, and out of all my 7 leagues, so now I'm basically struggling to find people to fill in. I have Caden Otten in 1 league. I have Njoku in another. I have Dalton Schultz in another, and I have I said Njoku, Schultz, Otten, and Taysom Hill in another one. So, I'm trying to spread the love out to all my different teams that have Laporta, but he'll be back next week, thank God. And I won't have to hopefully worry about that too much. I had Darren Waller, had to drop him. Was kind of hoping for him to be my guy for this week, but it didn't work out the way I wanted it to. But it is what it is. Can't really do much about it. So good luck filling in for Laporta. Like I said, if I had Trey McBride available, I'd probably be picking him up. Unfortunately, he got picked. So yeah. So Dr. Clutch says I need an above average game from Pollard. Yeah, I've been trying to trade for Pollard. I think Pollard is a really good buy candidate. Just because he's been playing, his numbers are really low as of late, but he's been facing pretty good defenses. And this is the last week he faces a good defense. Next week and for the next 5 weeks, he has probably some of the best matchups coming up. I want him through that stretch. So I've been trying to buy him in everything, in any league that I can, especially if you're in it or close to it. He's definitely someone I'm looking to invest in if I can. Just waiting, hopefully I can get that. But yeah, good luck with Pollard today going against the Eagles. They are, Eagles right now currently are the best against the run. So you got to temper expectations. But I think this would be an opportunity to be able to buy or sell in this case if you're looking to sell. But unfortunately, I wouldn't be selling. I'd be buying. All righty. So they're starting the 4th quarter out in Germany. Kansas City has the ball. It is 21-14. I think I'm going to start wrapping this up. I don't see any more crazy questions. I know Dr. Clutch, you're the only one keeping me company, and I appreciate everything that you do. So thank you for coming and joining me today. So I'm going to wrap this thing up. Make sure you guys check out the other affiliate podcasts that we have on the channel. We have the Fantasy Frontline podcast with Tim and AJ. Check them out, as well as the Check Down podcast with Cody McGoats and Shirtless Pat and the crew every Wednesday at 8:30 Eastern. So make sure you check them out, and also keep an eye out for Adam's Deadzone fantasy show. He should be out shortly with some content. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for him as well. Like I said in the beginning and the middle of the show, make sure you guys check out and keep an eye out for our 1,000 subscriber giveaway. We will be giving this away from TrophySmack.com. So make sure you guys keep an eye out for that as well. Of course, man, have a great day. Best of luck with your fantasy matchups. Let's win today. Bear down. Well, good luck, Bears. I'm glad that you weren't here for my pick everybody against the Bears. But good luck. Oh, Neanderthal. I didn't know. I see 2 people in the thing, but I don't know who those 2 people are. I'm only allowed to, know that it's you until you let me know. But I'm glad you're here. Thank you for staying true to watching the show, Neanderthal. I appreciate it. Make sure you guys check out our other shows listed below right here. Check out the banner. We have our show tomorrow night with Rasta and Frank. Going over overreactions to the week, as well as some waiver targets to look out for, as well as our Wednesday show. They will help you with their roster management and buy-sell targets. One might be Tony Pollard. Then on top of that, make sure you guys check out our Friday show, which is a full game breakdown on top of start-sit questions as well. And then I'm back here Sunday morning, every Sunday morning, to help you guys out with your particular league. So check us out. And also, make sure you guys check out Underdog Fantasy. Make sure you guys check out this for new subscribers or new people that are registering. You guys get a performance boost for Pick'em. It's 0.5 any yards. They will, when you register, make sure you guys use promo code GetRight, and they will make sure to they will match your deposit up to $100. So make sure you guys check out TrophySmack.com. This is their special that they're giving out. But like I said, make sure you guys are using the promo code GetRight, and they will help you out with doubling your first deposit. So thanks for everybody that has been here. Oh, I actually have a Trophy Smack trophy from my league. Only name on it is mine. Nice. That's always nice to see. I've been trying to get them to do, hey, Warrior, I'm actually wrapping up, but if you have a question, throw it in there. I'll try to get to it before we get going. I've been trying to get Marquez Valdez-Scanlon, always dropping stuff. I've been trying to get my league to do a ring so that you can have that every year. Like, just you get the ring and a trophy. You get both, because the trophy has everybody's name on it. The ring is yours forever. But no one wants to do that. They don't want to spend the extra freaking $5 it would be for every person. Let's just throw in a couple bucks and I'll buy a ring, custom ring for everybody. You get your own. Tell me what you want on it. I'll make it. And they don't want to do it. They think a ring's stupid. I disagree. Warrior Loft, he goes Ravens DST or the Falcons DST. That's a great question. I'm going to probably lean the Falcons just because I want to face Jaren Hall. I just think that's a better matchup overall. Falcons have been a strong, solid defense throughout, the year. They're actually one of the better defenses in the league. You're not going to get anything crazy. I don't see Hall putting up a ton of points. I think it's going to be mostly field goals, if anything. It's indoors. Yeah, I like Atlanta. So I'm gonna go with Atlanta. Ravens have been playing real well, but I like Atlanta Falcons a little bit better in this matchup. So not a problem, Warrior. That's what I'm here for. But like I said, I am wrapping it up. So make sure you guys have a wonderful week 9 for this week, unless you're going against me. Hope everyone has a great weekend. And we'll talk to everybody soon. So for Frank, for Dustin, for Rasta, make sure you guys check them out. Make sure you guys check out our affiliate podcast as well. I will see you guys soon. Make sure also to like and subscribe to the show if you're new to the show. I will see you guys next Friday. Well, this coming Friday. And we'll see you soon. Have a good weekend. Peace.
Wanted to write fantasy is the play. Marking often, but I tune in every Friday. Strategies provided, I will lock in every way. So go and roll your sleeves.